WayofTime here, bringing to you another episode of EEPower. So as you see, I actually removed some of the lily pads of fertility and put them at my netherwart farm, so I'll be able to, well, let's just say we'll have a lot more chance to get gunpowder and etc. Now, I do remember that bone meal, you can actually macerate bones, and unfortunately, I forgot that little recipe. Now we can also make fireworks, which are going to be interesting. There's some um, odd things, let's just say. What the calcium? Thermionic fabricator can make white stained glass, squeezer, and etc. But there doesn't seem to be the macerator recipe that's supposed to be there. Anyway, as you can see, we have a lot of sugarcane, and actually, I could say it's a little much in the sugarcane department. If we look over here, if I don't actually place a block, this is full all the time and we have excess supply of sugarcane with all that stuff running. Now, it is starting to slow down a bit because of the fertility remover. That just sounds a little painful. But pretty much what I think we're going to do is upgrade the system so that we can make a lot more biofuel a lot more quickly by moving this stuff downstairs into a prefab facility. So once we get that done, we'll probably just expand this by going 3 back. If we don't actually fall into the wall, we can probably also use this pump for the water supply since it's not really used for anything else other than the obsidian. And basically I'll just clear off this wall, get a little space, and then see what we can do with this. Okay, now that we have a bit larger of an area to work with, what we'll need to do is disconnect basically this fermenter from the battery supply, like so. That will slow everything down and finish it, and we'll have to wait for these cycles to finish all of the fermenter yummy stuff, and also we're going to need to make some more fermenters and get all that done. So let's go make another fermenter, and I think we'll make 5 stills. So it's going to require a lot of forestry bronze, so we'll need all of the copper that we currently can get. Well, not all of the copper, since I think we have enough copper for what we need. So copper, can't get me copper. Haha. Was that a creeper? No, it was grass. Yes, grass does not a creeper make. Funnily enough, so let's get our 2 stacks of forestry bronze. And we're going to need to make a fermenter first of all. So the fermenter will require sturdy casings, glass, etc. Now, I believe the stills will also require these. So let's make 8 sturdy casings. And we're going to need to first make all of the gears that will be required. So we'll need to go get some of our cobblestone as well as some of the forestry stuff over here. Now, what does the still require? I know what that requires, but the still we also need to get. I won't make a still joke. It requires redstone. Okay, we have a plentiful supply of redstone. So let's just grab 1 stack. Yeah, 1 stack. And we'll use this to be fancy. So running around, hopefully this won't take too long because in the episode we're also going to want to make some other stuff. So for instance, this sorting system sucks. As you know, it just completely sucks. There's no point beating around the bush about it. Speaking of which, let's make wood. Then we'll make sticks. Woohoo! And then we'll make wooden gears from our sticks, which will require this to be put around this here. We'll get 32 sticks. And then we'll turn pretty much all of these into wooden gears. And what else is required in the still? Glass. So that'll work out well, actually. And we're going to need to get our redstone from this chest. We'll get some of that, and let's see. That I don't think we'll need. So, redstone, gears, etc. I think this is how we get the forestry gears. Yep, okay, there we go. We have some on reserve. So, let's make basically we're going to need glass in every single recipe anyway. So let's see, we'll make 2 fermenters. It'll be overkill for now, but we will want to advance it in the future. And the rest of these we'll make into stills. There we go. We got all the liquid conduits we need. We have the redstone energy conduits as well. We're probably going to require some fancy little redstone work. Let's get some of this and some of that. We'll want to alloy this up into some other stuff. So throw this in, we'll get some copper or iron. Which one are we more plentiful in? We're more plentiful in iron. Okay, so we'll use iron and turn this into red alloy so that we can make some covers and etc. so that we can get the redstone a little more pretty than it was before. So let's see. Gonna need the stills, gonna need the fermenter, la 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 la. And also, well, now that I'm thinking of it, we should also construct some hoppers. Not the vanilla hoppers, mind you, because those are not exactly hoppy enough for my liking. But we'll make some Buildcraft hoppers to get everything else in line. So, do we need an iron gear? Yes, we do. No, wait. I should actually check what the hopper requires first before I make any mistakes that would lead to a waste of resources. It requires a stone gear. So stone gear, chest, and iron. That's where the iron comes in. So 3 hoppers, that'll be good enough. So all the tube work that we have already, we'll probably just use it again. And let's just get this stuff down first, shall we? So all of that's already full. So let's get this down, and all of our energy conduits, since we'll move this. There we go. There we go. And I should make sure there's not a Mr. Creeper around here. And there isn't. So we're good with that. Let's see how we can get this so that we can add to it later. So we have fermenters here. We'll put the fermenters here first of all. And we're going to need to have basically all the sugarcane will come from the top. We'll have all of the fertilizer in not a hopper, but a relay here. And thus we'll have the liquid come here. And thus the power has to come from underneath here. So let's connect the power first of all. Like so. That's easy enough. And we'll put 2 hoppers on top of them for now. Plop, plop. With our liquid conduits, going here. And we'll need to wrench them so that it's actually pulling the stuff. We'll probably have the redstone either come on top or from the bottom. It doesn't really matter. So break this as well. And there we're good. There we're good. Okay, that was not grammar. It was bad grammar, I gotta say. So, how are we to place this stuff so it's also modular? So I think the incoming liquid ducts will have it so it's like this. And just to be safe, since we'll need more of them in the future, we'll probably put it here instead. Energy will come from the side as well. And we'll have it like so. So that's incoming. We also need outgoing, which will be like that instead, with, of course, all those like that. And we'll put the redstone wire there. And thus, all we need to do is connect this part up, but we're also going to need to bring this down as well, like so. And we'll have more of them, and it'll all go out like that, and eventually all the stuff will go up here into one of the valves. Now obviously that's not a good valve. We could have 2 valves, Then again, what would happen if we put a valve at the bottom? That could work. So, let's get our relay with everything that it has. That's a pain, and we'll get the netherrack out of the way, and we only have 2? Really? Wow, we must have been eating through it like chocolate. Oop, there's another thing we need. We need water. So how are we going to get the water into the fermenters if we have 4 of the areas filled? That's not good. Huh. Let's see. We're probably going to have to then move these so that each of them can get water. But that's a bit of a pain. It's not like both the basically all the stuff can go in one tube. That just won't work. So let's break these again. And I am not very good at aiming today, so be quiet. So much junk. Okay, there we go. All that stuff is put away. So what shall we do in there? So the relay we'll put here. I think that's a good place for the relay. Not in a obtrusive spot like all the others. Now, will this work? No, it won't. So we'll need to... What the heck is that? I pressed 0 for some reason. There's an item renderer. Let's press it again. Ah, screw you. So, we are going to need to rethink our endeavors because otherwise it's going to be very costly. It might need to be towered, though how this is set up is not in a tower form. And this is full of sugarcane. Eventually that'll be full of sugarcane as well, so we'll have a nice plentiful supply stocked up once that's done. Now, if only I could do the tower method. Wait a second. We can. In a sense, it's not going to quite be the same tower method, but if we have it so that... We have it so that basically it goes like this, or will it go like this? Like that anyways, with water going up, then how would the hoppers work? It wouldn't. We need to have it so we can add it easily. So if we have it put like this, the hoppers can go on top of it, like so. The water can go through. Or would we have the water or the stuff that pulls out? Probably the pull out. And the water come from the sides? No, that doesn't make sense. Let's see. This still isn't really satisfactory, I'm finding. Because this one's easy enough to make. We can just have it like that with the redstone going through there. And everything's hunky-dory. It can get pulled into some sort of thing that'll basically contain everything. And we still need an output. So if this was the output, that'd be fine. So output, but we won't really have a viable input unless we have the input something like this. But if that was the case, we can't really keep it modular in a sense. There'd be no point, and we just have to put them together. Unless I'm going about this the wrong way, which is a possibility. If we have them right together, it'd be a lot easier if we actually had one of these. So I'll take this, and it might be easier. Da, 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 da. There we go, and we kind of dropped something. No matter, we'll take the cobble out, we'll put that out, and I thought there were tubes there. Meh. So this will be easier to visualize if we have 3 of these down instead. So if we had a third one like so, we'd have to connect the energy from the sides, which would be a bit of a pain in the ass. And we'd have the hopper on top. We'll have the tubes underneath for the fertilizer, though that doesn't work either. we need to almost space them like so instead, which lends the problem of space efficiency. But really, do we need to be too space efficient? Like, just have the water go from the sides, the energy come from underneath, like so. But we're still going to need to have the red power tubes underneath, like here. Like here. Yes, it's gonna be like here. Herpa derpa derpa. No. Energy conduits. We'll have these go like so. This. And it'll need to go underneath somehow. Though we still have the tube underneath, so unless we have the tube. Yeah, the tube, if we have the tube. Yeah, we're going to need to construct some more tubes before we get anything too ironed out. So let's grab some tubes from somewhere. Yeah, let's get some tubes. Then we'll be able to visualize, construct it a bit, and maybe hook up the water finally. So I think we have more than enough tubes. A stack should be sufficient. Let's also fill this. It's already filled up, isn't it? Okay. So let's see how much this relay is filled up as well. Since we're also going to need to use this as well, let's put that there instead. That'll be good. And we'll go down and drop down. So let's put down our tubes. And if we construct it like so, we can just bring the energy conduits down like this. There. So now everything has energy. We can just put the tubes on top like so. And we can't really pull out anything like this, can we? Unless, instead of having the tubes there, we can put the tubes here instead. And it should be modular enough. We'll just have another one there. And as I bring over my stone-jacketed wires, we'll need to change this as well. Put these like here, here, and here. And this should transmit the redstone wire. Signal. Let's see, does this connect like so? Yes, it does. All we need to do now is get a lever. And once again, we have to construct another lever. You'd think I'd know by now. So let's see. Turn on. Obviously, we can't tell anything because there is currently nothing in here. But we will need to get the water. So the water we'll need to bring as well, which means that this thing is going to have to be moved so that it's down instead, like so. There we go. And this will need to be moved around. So for now, let's take these off. We don't actually need these because the water will come through here instead, making sure that there's not any trouble. We'll keep that there. Though we don't really need it, now that I think of it. And bringing the water through this way as well. Now it might basically decide that it doesn't like us. But let's see. Yep, all the water is taken. So what we're going to need to do is actually construct this. Well, we're going to need to do a bit of work to make sure that this stays an infinite pool. So I'm going to be a little quick with the water work, making sure that it's not all taken up in one whim. So like that, and it's all taken up. So this is going to take a bit of work for it to set up, but as soon as basically the whole thing is full of water, we'll be able to test it. Okay, it seems like it's full of water now. So let's add the fertilizer element, which is going to require a bit more of this. Hey, I didn't say you could do that. We'll take this, and the fertilizer will input here for now, though we can probably have a much better area than this in the future. So here we go. We'll have the relay. turn around like so, and input the fertilizer, and let's see the magic actually start once we actually have some sugarcane, which I don't know if we actually have enough. There's only one way to find out. Yay, sugarcane, woohoo! Okay, let's put a stack of sugarcane in each of these. Good, good. And that doesn't obviously go in there. Going to need to, obviously that doesn't work either, so we'll put it down like so. And how are we going to put the lever? Or wait, does the lever actually work like so? Yeah. So, okay, so this works. All we now need to do is bring the liquid ducts over into the input line, which is like right over here. So now click, and it's attaching, and everything is working. And since that worked before, all we need to do is do this. And can we just put a lever here instead? Yes, we can. So once this is all made and everything, the stuff can come out. We do need to wait for it to be made, though. Oh! Incoming derp. Derp-a-derp. Derp-derp. Derp-a-derp. Fire the derp lasers. So we're going to need to actually connect these to some energy source and bring them like so. And we got some liquids. Yay! Can't have enough liquid. And once that's there, we can move this out of the way and remove the liquid ducts from this, and also remove these stills since they're still not being used. And I think the best way to do this is to take this. Hey, did I say you could do that? No, I did not. I did not say you could do that. We're going to need to put the gauge there. And hopefully I don't steal the wrong one. Let's move it so that it's... Yeah, should we put it there? As long as I don't kill the middle block, I should be fine. So let's put that there instead. Put this here. Oops. And with any luck, all of our data should be saved by doing this. We got a full tank. Biofuel. Yay. And then it should be able to just be put in like so. Let's connect this up. We'll put it a large amount away. So just disconnect this. Connect. Connect. And all of the stuff should be sent into here, assuming it's actually working well. So 161.135. And obviously there's no sugarcane in these because it has run out. Isn't that dandy? So we need to intercept the line of tubes, which is over here, and move it down and around so it's around here instead. Then again, this framework we can probably just get rid of, as well as these. Let's see, where is my tube? There it is. So let's deconstruct these. Oh, crud. Solar panels can't be. Dang. Oops. So we got our advanced solar panel, and we're going to see if it generates energy. No, it does not. Funnily enough, it doesn't. So let's bring the tube around this way. Instead, bring it down like so, and we'll have it come up and be a part of it like this. No, I'm out of power. No, how could this happen? So, the relay that's currently stuffing its face is going to spew out all of the sugarcane into these relays. So we're going to need a bit more fertilizer, because currently that is not enough to satiate our desires. As well, we're going to want to put these down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. and just turn this around. And that. We're going to need to remove that and add it as another link once we have that and that. So, like up, 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 link, and over twice, rather 3 times, and this is going to input. I think that's compact enough, and I think that is enough sugarcane. I could be mistaken though. So fertilizer. Fertilizer, how do we make more fertilizer? Oh, fertilizer, how fertile are you? Oh, I pine for ye like a summer's day. We can use ash, though we can also use saltpeter, which we have an abundant source of. So let's go grab our saltpeter and a bit of sand. And actually, how many things are we going to need of it? Let's get 3. And this will be enough for 6 stacks of fertilizer. So 6 stacks of fertilizer should be enough for everything once we get everything done. Do we even have enough? No. No. Saltpeter, saltpeter, where are you, saltpeter? There we go. And we're a little torched, so let's put all this in. Sand, sand, saltpeter, saltpeter. 2, 3, 4. That's 4. 1 more to go. Have some diamonds. Diamonds, diamonds. You cannot actually fertilize with diamonds, apparently. So, once we put this in, it should run for quite a while, this entire system. And be a bit clogged up. Though we should have another relay there instead, so that it doesn't have a constant flow. There's got to be some way to make sure that all of this isn't basically eating up our frame rate, because currently, with this having been there, hey, let me out. Thank you. With this being there, it means that items will constantly be moving through the system. Now, I'm actually going to dump all of this because we have too much sugarcane anyways. Let's see, is it shift click? No. Oh well. Shift Q? Yay, shift Q. Shift Q. There we go. And break. Blah. Wow, that's a lot. We're going to need to get that rid of. And that. And no! I kind of want to use those for my future endeavors. Shut up! Okay, so break this so this becomes the relay. There. And this should make sure that items don't actually bounce back once they don't actually have a location or vocation for everything to go. So let's fill that up. I think that will keep everything nice and tidy, and I don't think our system has enough to use this fermenter too much. And also we have more than enough biofuel, so what we're going to need to do in the future is actually expand this tank so that it's a full at least 7x7x8, though I do think 9x9 is enabled by default. So once we clean up this place, we'll basically have a better base. So we didn't actually get around to upgrading our sorting system at all. It's unfortunate, but I think next episode we'll actually upgrade our sorting system. And now that I think of it, you might as well use the generator over here and put our drill in. Energy blocks. Okay, so we haven't actually upgraded our sorting system. Hopefully that we will actually do that next episode. And between episodes, I think, or rather I know, I'm going to work on this base, clear it out, tidy up everything, and hopefully get the passages ready for use, because going upstairs to go to the B room is not exactly the most fun thing to do. Well, that's all the time we have for this episode of EEPower. If you like what you see, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe to future episodes. WayofTime here, signing off. Have a wonderful day.